Hello and welcome to the first 3-minute skill of 2017. This was supposed to be how to write an essay, but I've been doing quite a lot of those recently and I don't want to go back into it at present. And I've also not been able to find a way to get it down to 3 minutes and in a way that's interesting, so I'm going to leave that on for a little while. Instead I'm going to do something that's a bit more of a useful skill that you may well come into contact with on a regular basis. I wouldn't say every day, but just regularly. Depends how many types of clothes you wear. So these are uniform trousers for St John Ambulance, of which I'm a member. And these are my mum's trousers actually. Because mine, I'm not so fussed about them being slightly long. I don't mind them kind of being turned up, but mum wants them properly done. So I've got her to put them on and fold up the bottom of the leg to an appropriate point where she feels comfortable. If you're doing jeans or denim or linen trousers, they do have a tendency to shrink. So wash them first and then do the process. So she's turned it up to a point that she likes and walked around with her leg like that for a little while just so she knows they're comfortable to wear and they don't ride up too much when she's sitting down. So, and because she was walking around in them, I advised to use bulldog pins or bulldog clips rather than pins for obvious reasons. So, I want to take off, that's about 4.5 inches. So you're not going to take off the full amount, but that's kind of where you're going from. And just keep that number in mind for the other leg. So what I'm going to do is grab a chalk. And essentially I want to leave 1.5 inches here for turning up. You can do more, but 1.5 inches is kind of where I like to work. So going to mark at about 1.5 inches 2 or 3 times around the leg, so that as I cut this I keep that number in mind. If you've only got about 1.5 inches to turn, then obviously you don't need to really mess about with it too much. There is a way to do this whilst retaining the original hem as well, but I don't tend to use that one. I just carry on regardless, really. Right, so I've got my marks all the way around and I'm just going to cut that bit off. First things first, take off the clips. I'm going to turn this all the way inside out. It's a lot easier to work with it inside out, at least from this stage. The actual final sewing I do right way round. The other side. Instead of measuring up this time, well, you can do that. If you've got wonky legs or you, for whatever reason, you want one leg higher than the other, then obviously measure them individually. This time I'm just going to rest the offcut along the leg here. Chalk it out again and just mark that line. So that's an easy way to continue your measurement over. Same process for either leg. Go to either seam, start there, and just fold over 1/2 inch, just that edge there, and then pin that down, and then go to the other seam and fold over 1/2 inch. As long as you're accurate with these kind of vector folds, then the rest of it will equalise itself. Ooh, try that again. And then hold the 2 seams where you've pinned, and you can see that as you pull it, the fabric folds naturally and sits quite neatly here. If your fabric is very stiff, you might want to iron that down So I put one in the middle here and then another two just in the gaps, like that, and then turn it over, do the same here. And you can see it's straight out of the packet, so it's not been ironed, so doing this way ensures that it sits as flat as possible. So this is quite a heavy fabric, which is great for when you're doing outside duties in the winter. Not so much in the summer. But I don't think St John have quite accepted that people might want to wear shorts. So, once you've done that all the way around, kind of untwist it, because it does get a little twisted as you go, and come back to your seam, and then making sure to hold down kind of this inner edge, bring that up 1 inch. So that is your 1.5 inches used up. So just pin that down there, and then go back to the other seam and do that again. So you're just making sure that the seam here lies flat. You're just bringing that up a full inch. You can do it smaller if you want, but this is a nice solid way of doing it, particularly with these, because they're going to be going out in the wilds and be worn with boots, so you need something quite sturdy in terms of a bottom edge. But they're not very well made because they've got loose threads everywhere. Okay, so again, pull out from the seams and just pin the edge down where it lies. That way you get a nice natural shape and it's not going to buck up or ruck up too much when you're sewing it. If your trousers are tapered, you'll need to be a bit more particular about how you do this. But these are nice straight legs, so not a problem. So that done and that done. I'm going to do the other leg and then turn them back the right way around. Right, okay, so let's go to the next stage. I've turned these back the right side out. If you want to sew them from the other side, that's fine, but my bobbin has a tendency to catch, so I don't want that on the outside. So I've set this onto a straight stitch that's to the left hand side of my presser foot. I'm going to make it around about a 3mm stitch, so that way it shouldn't gather too much on the way around. If you've got obviously wider legs, you can put your table in. I've got small legs here, so I normally start with the inside seam. That way any mistakes at the beginning or the end are facing the inside. So, and here you can feel where your top of your fold is. So I'm going to bring that down and I'm going to run. Now also as I'm pushing it on, I'm holding down the fabric so you can follow the line naturally. So I want that line here to go right by the left hand side of my presser foot. So that way I should keep a nice neat line. So just to start with, I'll do a reverse stitch. Now I'm moving quite slowly here, I have a tendency to come off the line if I don't, because I don't actually have a line to follow as such. I'm just doing it by feel. Now I've only got one set of trousers to do now, but if I had a lot, I'd load up 2 or 3 bobbins and just spin through the lot, so it's easy. Again, when you come all the way around, make sure your spare thread is out the way and just reverse it a couple of times just to lock it up, and then just come down and trim both sides. Et voila, one leg. So I'll do the other one and then stick this in the wash. And once it's been washed and ironed, it will look fabulous, nice and crisp. So that is probably more than 3 minutes on how to turn up and rehem a pair of trousers. So I'll see you next week.